What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. That's Sports Talk Matt to follow me on Twitter. This podcast being brought to you by our friends at omahasteaks.com, and Father's Day is coming up quick. To get this stuff ordered and delivered in time, you're going to want to take advantage of this maybe today, okay? You're going to go to omahasteaks.com. In the top right-hand corner, there's a search bar. In that search bar, you type juice. When you do, it knocks off 60% off of the order. That's going to be the dad's favorite grill pack. This is 4 beefy fillets, 4 chicken breasts that are awesome. I had it for dinner a couple of nights ago. You get the pork, you get the seasoning, you get the desserts, and 8 Omaha steak burgers for free for using the promo code JUICE. It's a ton of food for just $100, shipped directly to your door, sealed up in a very cool cooler that is a reusable cooler on top of that. Take advantage of this offer right now. Juice gets you 60% off the dad's favorite grill pack at omahasteaks.com. Go to the website, search bar, juice, omahasteaks.com. All right. Look, it's the end of the NBA and the NHL seasons, okay? I need a day to gather myself, okay? The Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup. This is just unbelievable. My mind is swimming. My brain is a mess. We wind up, I got the numbers wrong actually with the NBA last night. I appreciate the guys at BettingPros, Blaine and company, for doing this. I went in the NBA 47-23, not 46-23, up 22.54 units. That's 61.1% hit for the NBA. The NHL last night, we ended up with a 3-1 night with the Golden Knights winning the Stanley Cup. The minus 117 bet came in for 1 unit. We ended the NHL this year, not as good as NBA, but 97-88 on the year, up 5.7 units. So a combined 30 units, NBA and the NHL. All right. I'm going to give you a couple plays today, but I'm going to give you a U.S. Open bet that I like. I'm going to give you a college baseball bet, 2 bets that I like that I am taking just because I need a day. All right. I might add to baseball, but I just need a little bit to calibrate as to what I'm going to do. So far in Major League Baseball, I'm 31-32. That's 49.2%. I'm down 4.67 units. All right. So I'm losing here in college baseball, in Major League Baseball. So it's injuring the overall podcast. You know, historically speaking, since my return to the Daily Juice, we are now up 10 units. So, I mean, I'm in the black where I need to be, but I'm negative in spots where I don't want to be. And it's somewhat of a frustration, to be quite honest. So I got to calibrate a little bit. I need to figure out what I'm going to do because we're into the dog days. We are 74 days away from the college football season beginning. We are a ways away from the NFL beginning, you know, almost 90 days or so, 90 plus days or so from the NFL. So I'm a little bit on the, like, I need a day just to kind of gather my thoughts. So I made a couple of plays that I'm going to watch to give us some long-term opportunities to cheer for some things that are maybe a little bit off the beaten path. The my A's experiment just annihilated me. I think I'm down 3.9 units now with betting against the A's. 2 days left on this, and then I'm done because I got my teeth kicked in, fading the A's for a month. It was great. I went from up 7 units to down 3.9 or so. It's ugly. So A's have been steamrolling, beat the A's again. I beat the Rays again, took the first 2 games of that series. So even if the Rays win the next 2 on the run line, it'll still be a losing experiment for me on that. So baseball and me, I mean, I'm going to get in on fading the Royals. I'm going to get in on riding the Reds. I need a second, okay, just to sort of gather myself. So what am I doing? I want to give you a top 10 bet here for the U.S. Open, okay? Now, it's important that you do not bet golf at a book that has dead heat rules. Look it up, all right? Because these odds do not carry over if you are betting dead heat rules. What dead heat rules means is they recalibrate the odds based upon the number of golfers tied for 10th place. It's a complete and utter joke, okay? Shouldn't be allowed. It's European baloney. It's stupid. If you bet the top 10 and a guy ties for 10th, you pay out, period. Doesn't happen in all the books. It does in Vegas, okay? So look around, find out what books, ask your book, go read the fine print, who uses dead heat rules. I don't believe BetMGM does, okay? So I think that's one book you can bet this at. I tend to bet most of my plays at either the Westgate or Circa here in Las Vegas, and that's where I found Cam Smith. Top 10, Cam Smith at plus 235. Okay, I'm probably going to sprinkle on a couple of different golfers here. I'll probably have 2 or 3 units in play. Full disclosure, I suck at golf betting, okay? Like, it is just, I like betting golf. I love betting the U.S. Open. Cam Smith is a tremendous golfer. Finished top 9 at the PGA. And by all accounts, this golf course and Cam Smith are made for each other. This guy won the Open Championship. Driving is not the most important thing from an accuracy standpoint here at the Los Angeles Country Club, the North Track. You got to have great iron play, and you got to putt. That is Cam Smith's game to a T. He is great from up and down. He is phenomenal as a ball striker out of the fairway, and he can really, really putt, okay? This guy is 30-1 to win the tournament. I don't mind a sprinkle on that, but I'm just going to take it as him coming in the top 10. I think Scotty Scheffler is going to be in contention. I think Brooks Koepka is going to be in contention. A lot of golfers who your typical guys are going to be around here, but I think Cam Smith having a chance to potentially either hoist this trophy or come in the top 10 and being competitive throughout the 4 rounds, as long as he stays healthy, which I think for the most part he is. His game's in really good shape right now. It's primed for another major opportunity. Heck, Live Golf might go back-to-back. You might see Cam Smith win this thing, and you may see, Brooks Koepka or another golfer from Live really step up and play well. But I think Cam Smith has a chance here with his game, his iron play, his ball striking, and his putting for this golf course. Starts on Thursday, okay? Starts Thursday, so you have some time to shop around, maybe find a better price here. But I think Cam Smith in the top 10 is a good bet at plus 235. I'll put a unit down on it, okay? Normally, we're in the black here a little bit. I normally don't put this much down on a bet like this, but I think it's a good play. I think Cam Smith's going to have a good golf tournament. I'm going with Cam Smith top 10 here at the Open Championship, or at the U.S. Open at the Los Angeles Country Club at plus 235, okay? Now, to the College Baseball World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. I have covered numerous ones of these. If you guys don't remember, I worked in Omaha for 5 years. I was the afternoon drive show host for Omaha, for a station in Omaha, and I spent a ton of time there after I left and went to Des Moines because I was running a rival site. I know Omaha really, really well. We have Wake Forest and Stanford, LSU, Tennessee, Florida and Virginia, and Oral Roberts and TCU here for the final 8 teams that are left. Wake Forest has been the number 1 team in the country for a long time. Wake Forest has a ridiculous run differential. They have a team ERA of under 2.3, and they're going to be a really difficult team to beat. But I don't like betting the favorite because there's no value, okay? I'm actually going to look at the 2 SEC teams here that are playing each other. Florida's in the conversation, so if you want to go ahead and take Florida too, they're definitely going to be there. But I haven't watched a lot of college baseball, but I've watched LSU and I've watched Tennessee. It's kind of ironic they're playing each other, but I think coming out of the losers bracket is not impossible for either one of these 2 teams who wind up coming in and winning. Tennessee is 10-1 to win the College World Series, yet they've got arguably the 2 best arms at the top of their rotation. They got a kid throwing 102 miles per hour coming out of the bullpen. LSU has got multiple players who are going to be on Major League Baseball rosters. They are extremely talented, but LSU's got Wake Forest and Stanford and then Tennessee. They're playing in the first game here. They've got them on their side of the bracket. That's not going to get easy for them to get out of this to get to the championship. LSU wins. They'll probably play Wake Forest. That's not going to be easy at all to do, but you've got Tennessee who went 1-2 up against LSU this year, but their pitching staff's going to be there. And when you get to Omaha, look, it's tough, man. It's a difficult place to play because it's a ballpark you're not used to playing in. You're on national TV. Sometimes the nerves get the best of you, but LSU is playing really good baseball right now. And I think there's a decent shot that LSU, for the 19th time, will play in the College World Series and have a chance to win another national championship. I mean, I think one thing to look at is the odds are pretty long on both these teams, on Tennessee and on LSU. Circa Sports, and I think you could probably look around and maybe get better odds out of this, but plus 415 on LSU to win the College World Series. Tennessee is 10-1. I'm going to break a unit in half, and I'm going to put a half a unit on either team. A flyer, okay, you could say, just for fun, just to give us something to look at. But since one of the teams is a guaranteed to win, to get into the winner's bracket, I like that. And you can come out of the loser's bracket and you can make the College World Series championship series. You can get there out of the loser's bracket. It's not impossible to do it. It's hard given the number of teams that are going to be in there. But LSU has won 6 national championships. They've got a tremendous team. Plus 415 for a half a unit. I think it's worth a flyer bet on LSU. And then I think, why not take Tennessee at 10-1? Take a little, a team that was 43-20, a team that could ride hot pitching to the championship series. And to be frank, the other side of the bracket, it's going to be tough, but it's not nearly as tough. And Oral Roberts and TCU, Virginia and Florida. I think LSU, Tennessee, and Wake Forest, all three of those teams could potentially beat anyone on the other side of the bracket. Now, again, not the college baseball expert here, playing major catch-up on this, but looking around, trying to find fun things to bet on, and this is going to be fun to bet on. This is something I'm going to be wanting to ride. The first game, LSU and Tennessee, not till Saturday. Okay, so you got a lot of time to look around here and try to figure out whether you want to bet this, what odds you can bet it at, but I'm going to break a unit in half, and I'm going to go ahead and take Tennessee, half a unit at 10-1 to win the College World Series, and LSU, half a unit at plus 415 to win the College World Series. Okay? So again, this is sort of a reset day for me. This is a day that I'm going to take some time to look at baseball, to not have anything in play, just kind of breathe a little bit after the NBA and breathe a little bit after the NHL and appreciate what we just did. And I mean, 97 and 88 up 5.7 units in the NHL on the heels of the NBA. I'm going to take that and feel like that's a really good fall and winter run that we went on. And let's just kind of sit back for a day, take a breather, and then get rolling here on a Thursday when, we get back into the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type games. And I can take a second to kind of look at things. U.S. Open may have more plays on that as well. But Cam Smith, top 10. That's your first bet at plus 235 for 1 unit. Half a unit on Tennessee, 10-1 to win the College World Series. Half a unit plus 415 on LSU to win the College World Series. Let's see if the LSU run continues in Omaha for the College World Series coming up here starting on Saturday. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt each and every morning. It is the Daily Juice Podcast, always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.